29th of April 2013. I've just arrived at a new job. This is a house in Hicks Close, but we can only get to it from Primrose Hill. This is in Woodlows in Warwick. And what we've got to do is we've got to get the machinery and everything unloaded, and the only access into the garden is this way. And as you can see, it's not the tidiest garden in the world at the moment, but we intend to change all that. What we're going to do is we're going to build a patio area. We're going to have to strengthen all this up down here first. The garden runs downhill right into the, looking from the house, the right hand corner. And what we've got to do, we've got to get all this out. We've got to strengthen up. The fence at the back hasn't got to be replaced by us because it belongs to the neighbour by all account. All the rest of the fences are fine, but we've got to strengthen this up at the bottom so that when we infill behind the fence there, it's not going to run into next door's garden. So we've got to support it possibly with sleepers, and then we've got to make a hard standing here, a base for a patio, which is going to be about 4 square meters. That's about 2 fence panels coming out, and the same this way. And then we're going to step it up with sleepers and make terraces, and the same again where our doggy's sitting, about where that fence post is, another terrace there. We've got to decide on exactly how high the steps are going. As we go along, we're going to clear all the stuff out the way, get rid of everything, and we'll have another look at it. Just starting to get unloaded, bringing the stuff in. Got the digger off the truck, so we've got to bring the ramps in case somebody decides to take them that we don't want to. So I was just taking the first truckload away. He was gone in the truck before I had a chance to video him. So that's got rid of all the wood and rubbish. So now I'm going to start getting some shape into the place. Well, all out of it today, what I'm doing, scraping off the grass. There's some bits of slabs and everything still in here. So I'm using a teeth bucket so I can sort the hardcore out from the soil and the grass. Brought some sleepers back, just unloading them. Just brought a few back to go on with, so that we can get the retention behind the wall, behind the fence there. And what we're doing, so the trench along here, the non-supportive area where that's going to be grassed, and we're putting surplus hardcore and scraping off the vegetation, putting that in there and compacting it, and that's not where anything's going to be resting on, so it's not load supported. And that saves us having to take stuff away, keeping us more going green, if you like, with keeping everything on site that we can, and having to bring less, which obviously is good for everybody. That keeps the price down, keeps the environment happy, and the price, obviously, and customer happy. And as you can see, I'm starting to just carve out some shape. That's going to be one level there. It might have to be two. We don't know, 2 sleepers deep. This I'm taking out the level. I'm taking it down to level and using the soil that's coming out to make up the raised ground here. You see, this has to be on the same level as the gate coming in and following down past that gate to the decking. I'm not quite sure about these bushes yet. I think they're going to have to go, but Russell's not here, he's at work, so we'll have a chat with him this evening and see what he's going to do with them. I don't like killing shrubs if I don't have to, so if he's got another home for them somewhere, that'd be great. But what I'm going to do now is get this level down and then put this rubble and use it in the bottom, and then we'll top it off with some good type 1 roadstone and compact it. This is where the bottom patio is going to be. Back down in the hole from the other end, as you can see, I'm digging out the soil and I'm pulling in what's left of this rubble. This is good infill, so we don't want to waste it, and we're going to put some good topping on the top of this, and I'm digging out that last corner, and then I can put the rest of this rubble in there, and that'll be somewhere near the shape we want. And as you can see by the banks, the hole's getting shallower. That's because we're filling it in with stone. We might have to take some more off that level yet, but we've got the option to do that as we go along. We're having to take out 2 fence panels, take 6 inches off the bottom, remanufacture both of them, and put 6-inch gravel boards in just to make up, because we have to bring the patio just that shade higher so that we can not undermine next door's fence. It's just a little snag that sometimes happens, and by remedying this, it's going to improve the job. Adam's come back with a dumper, load of stone, pegs, bits and pieces. So Adam's just backed the truck down and managed to tip that off inside so we can move the panel. We're getting rid of some of the big ugly lumps of the stone. We're going to put that stone in here and build this area up. Manufacturing the fence panels, trying to get them back in. Got a lot to do, it's all happening. Take a load of soil away with us now when I've moved that stone and put it down here. Well, that's got the patio area rolled, and we've got another load of stone here to go on top and roll it again. We're going to bring it up to the level of the top of those gravel boards. I'm going to dig a little bit more out over that side. And Adam's just been and fetched some sand and some more cement. And what we're going to do now, we're going to put a layer of dry mix sand cement screed on top of this and bring it up within almost level. Then we're going to put the screeding rails down. That's those rails there. And screed it, get it to a nice flat finish and roll it, and then lay the slabs on sand and cement, the wet mix. And we started laying the slabs. As you can see, we put them on a wet bed, complete wet bed of cement. Do the job properly. No sinkage, no coming back, and everybody's happy. This is not a random pattern, this is kind of a semi-random pattern where we have parallel lines going down with different shape, different size slabs in each line. I think that's the last mix of the day. Coming together nicely. Well, I've just come back from the tip and picked some sleepers up on the way. Adam's finished off the slabbing, he's just gone off to go and get something to eat. He'll be back shortly. Clean up the mixer now and get these sleepers unloaded. Just getting ready to lay some sleepers around the edge. Adam's made a mix and putting it down level. Sitting sleepers on cement, so they're not going to go anywhere, not going to move. As you can see, we've put a bed of cement underneath the sleepers, and we've put pins down, wooden pegs, and we're going to screw them to them as well. So that's the ground nicely compacted in there and levelled for the next sleeper, and the same here, and nice and solidly compacted. Now you can't even leave a footprint in that. The thing is, what we've got to do now is something we didn't anticipate, and for the goodness of the job, I think we've got to bite the bullet and put a retainer of sleepers along the back here, because this fence, I know it's not our fence, and it's a nice lady next door, and I don't think she really wants to replace it if it's not necessary, so we've got to prevent any further damage happening to it, and also leave it so that it can be repaired in the future without damaging the garden here. So I think we've got to dig a bit more soil out of there and put a sleeper barrier along the edge of the fence. See what we're doing? The soil is backed up against the sleepers. I make it a bit high, then I compact it, run the machine over it, and then grade it off again, and that's nice and solid. Underneath every one of those now is solid compacted ground, so it's not going to be any subsidence over a period of time. And the same with this side. I think we're probably about high enough with 4 sleepers here, because that brings us bottom with the level. And getting it nice and level, squeezing it across from the both sleepers. And let's bring in the first rolls of turf in and put them down. Adam's cutting the sleepers aside. We're just getting we've got all the ground levelled off, we've taken the digger outside, and we're getting the turf down. It's all happening, it's all coming together. Well, our weather's changed quite a bit, it's blustery and showery and very windy. We're having to do some improvisation here to get this right, but it's all coming together quite nicely. We're bringing in the topsoil now to top up the beds. Right, the sun's shining today, it's our last day here. We're putting up this kind of bamboo sort of trellis, and Adam's screwing it up, and personally I don't think it's as bad as what I anticipated it to be, but I think I would have renewed the fence if I'd have had the opportunity. But we have to do what the customer wants. Looking pretty good otherwise. Just got to put that fence panel up, got all the sleepers together. Turf laid. Oh, look at this, a nice cup of tea. And this is Paul, our next door neighbour, who's been looking after us, and Adam's missing out because he's gone to go and unload the truck. Look at that, eh? Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. Thank you, Paula. Well, we're not far off done now. Adam's gone home to unload the truck. He'll be back shortly, and Russell's still at work, our client. He'll be back later to give us his opinion on everything. I'm sure he's very happy. And I'm just going to sprinkle the grass now with some water and give the slabs a bit more of a brush off. Everything's all tidied up. Got rid of all the junk and stuff. And that's it. We hope you liked watching all this. You can see the hard work that actually goes into it. And my son Adam is a great worker and a great guy, and I'm really proud of him. I've put some water on the grass and give it all a good soaking and washed all the slabs off, so now you can see what it looks like when it's wet. So there you go. So we're just waiting for Russell to come back and Adam, and we'll conclude this film shortly.
Hello!
Hello,
We're recording?
Yep, this is Russell, he's just come back from work.
Yeah, just come back, and this is a completely massive transformation. The guys have just finished, and it's all insane, 10 out of 10. Absolutely wonderful, definitely better than my expectations. not only the job is fantastic, but the guys are top notch. And yeah, absolute pleasure having the guys on board.
Yeah, and
Fantastic.
It's great. Adam's worked very hard, and I'm very proud of him, and we're happy to
Well, he
work
did most
for you.
of the job, to be honest.
He did, yeah.
Without Adam's commitment to the project,
Right.
I don't know. We wouldn't have got there, to be honest. We
Yeah.
wouldn't have got there.
Me just taking
That
photographs.
Eric
I mean,
is, he was a nightmare, but
oh well, I want that 20 quid back. Very much.
another fantastic job. Very happy homeowner here, and
Nice pleasure working for you, mate.
oh well, no, it's
Nice to do a good job
the
for you.
pleasure's all been mine, guys. You know, real two fantastic guys, and if you ever need any recommendations, well, I'll certainly be putting my name on the dotted line. It's yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure. So, Eric
Likewise.
Barker, absolute legend, and